Hello, everyone. This is the last message of Father James Altman that he gave to his parishioners. I'm reading this because as I read some of the comments, some people couldn't read the text. So I'm going to do that now, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to comment. I can only say that I love Father Altman, and he's a hero in my eyes. He's a wonderful priest, and he was a wonderful shepherd to his family. So the last the last message of Father Altman, Father James Altman, to his parishioners. Dear family, it is with a heavy heart that I must announce that William, the Bishop of La Crosse, has decided to issue a decree removing me as pastor of St. James the Less and restricting my faculties. The decree is most unfortunate for you and for millions around the globe who sought out the voice of truth in the midst of the episcopal lockdown and lockout of the faithful from reception of the sacraments of saving grace. Some went so far as to totally abandon their flocks, denying them baptisms, confessions, the Holy Eucharist, and the last rites as they lay dying. Of course, the decree will be appealed. It is particularly interesting to note that to my knowledge, and with the exception of Bishop Strickland, not once has any bishop spoken out against the others who so egregiously abandoned their flock. As it was throughout the decades of church desecration, as it was throughout the decades of the $4 billion sex scandal, so it is now. Nobody will say anything. Meanwhile, they sat idly by whilst abortuaries slaughtered babies and liquor stores stayed open and about 1,000 people were allowed into Walmart at a time. Nobody said anything, even as so many, through their actions, defined the Holy Mass and the Holy Eucharist and other sacraments non-essential. Nobody said anything. To have proper perspective on this decree, all you need to know is that the episcopacy did not lay aside child molesters. They did not speak out against their brother bishops who covered up for the molesters, and they did not speak out against the godless actions of many bishops who themselves engaged in heinous conduct with seminarians and priests. McCarrick was only the tip of the iceberg. I hardly can wait to finish my book, quote, Lies the Bishop Told Us, close quote. Indeed, they have continued to cover up for those bishops to this very day, and it is made clear in the recent lawsuit filed against 30 bishops in the United States. When the first furor arose back in September, William issued a press release stating that I spoke the undeniable truth. He simply objected to my manner and tone. You know well my response to the issue of manner and tone. This Saturday, and every other Saturday, there will be about 10,000 babies slaughtered in the womb, and yet to this day, about 25% of the bishops still want to dialogue on whether or not to commit sacrilege by giving notorious pro-abort fake Catholics Holy Communion. Dear family, this is not enough manner and tone. There is not enough manner and tone in the entirety of the 196 plus dioceses in this country to make up for this truly damnable failure on the part of virtually the entire episcopacy. Understand this, dear family. The reason why we have just endured 20 years of horrific sex abuse scandal in the church is because nobody spoke up and spoke out. Nobody spoke up either as seminarian, priest, or bishop because they feared for their faculties and camaraderie between themselves. That has been the tool by which the tyrants have effectively silenced objections over the years. As is coming to light, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of faithful priests who have been silenced for being faithful and for being devoted to the holy sacrifice of the Mass and to their people. Enough is enough. Rest assured that with the help of canon and civil lawyers, and many of those council priests, the reign of terror is coming to an end. It is time for every faithful Catholic to take a stand and say, not one more penny. For now, 2 final thoughts. Firstly, over the past few weeks, an additional 5 families have joined the parish. That brings the total over the last 15 months to about 50 that joined, though 14 have left. That's a net gain of 36 families, which is an amazing show of effectiveness in bringing grace to people in their greatest time of need. No matter what anyone might say, see the quote from St. Thomas More on the previous page. I hope you know, dear family, that I loved you as my family, and I am a father who will feed his family no matter what. Secondly, I did not realize that the book I co-wrote with the great Fathers Hellman and Peckman would generate royalties. Though I am being forced to leave you, my beloved family, allow me to leave you with a designated gift from those royalties of $12,000. It is a restricted donation that cannot be taxed by the diocese and is to be used for lift chair access to the choir loft and the ramp access to the main floor. I hope to accomplish those goals this summer, but now hand those needs on to the parish administrator. God bless you now and always, Father Altman. What a wonderful priest.